Well, welcome to the bad music seminar. Bad music, of course, gets so bad that it's good, and what I'm going to play today is no exception. We'll be listening to some extracts from a whole range of music, including rap, punk, disco, that I've managed to accumulate over the years. And the notion of bad music, of course, has gone back a long way, and I'd like to play an example from the 40s that might set up this presentation in a nice way. This is Slim Gaillard singing a Latin spoof called Cuban Rumbarini. Like a lot of the bad music, he's making fun of an existing idiom. I've got the deck here. I'm playing you all vinyl today, and sounds coming out of this box, so I don't know what kind of quality it'll be, but hopefully you'll hear it all right. Here we go with Slim Gaillard.
Tampola la quina zambleta, punta toto na nela, punta quina zambleto.
So the good thing about that is he's making up the words. It's a sort of fake Spanish, and that again is a tradition you find in some earlier black music from the States. And here's the kind of music that Slim Gaillard would have been making fun of. This is Machito playing, who's perhaps the greatest of the salsa Cuban musicians, making fun of his own music, in fact, a song called Bananas. From Latin Dance Party. So that's Machito. Well, as I said, this tendency spreads its way into every idiom. Here's an early soul song, and this is by someone called R.B. Friedman, and this is a piss take of Shaft. If any of you remember, have seen that film. This was 1972. It's called I'm Shaft, You Ain't Shaft.
Saw that movie show every day last week, twice a day. Saturday night I stood in line to see that movie one more time. Sunday morning when I woke up, guess what? I was Shaft. Yeah, baby, I was Shaft. Took myself downtown where I bombed this crazy chick. The way she stared at me, I just knew she'd duck me quick. So I said,
You ain't Shaft.
I'm Shaft.
You ain't Shaft.
I'm the hottest thing in town. I'm Shaft.
You ain't Shaft.
'Cause I'm a movie star. I drive a souped-up car, and everybody digs my personality.
But some of the best stuff, which I like a lot, comes out of the excesses of 70s disco. So a little after that, I'm Shaft, You Ain't Shaft. We've got bands like who knows who they were, Silver Convention, gave us this treasure called Tiger Baby. And just listen to the growling on this. So that's from 1976, but here we've got Dee Dee Jackson singing Automatic Lover, part of the fascination with robots and technology and love.
I am your automatic lover, automatic lover. I am your automatic lover. I am your automatic lover, automatic lover. I am your automatic lover, automatic lover.
In space and time, there's no more feeling. Automated, coded on a reason. Longing to be touched, longing for a kiss. Whisper words to remember, tell me that you miss me. See me, feel me,
I am your automatic lover, automatic lover.
see me,
I am your automatic lover.
Great stuff, I think you'll agree. And of course with this particular area of bad music, we just don't know if it's the extent to which it's intentionally bad or inadvertently bad. It's quite easy to find inadvertently bad music, but intentionally bad music that somehow transcends its limitations and gives us something remarkable is very rare. But I promise you we'll end up with some really outstanding bad music. And for the time being we'll just work our way through these various idioms. The final records will be quite remarkable. But this disco period wouldn't be complete without Sarah Brightman and Hot Gossips. I Lost My Heart to a Starship Trooper. Sarah Brightman went on to marry Andrew Lloyd Webber, and they certainly deserve each other.
Arcadia, X-ray, Delta 990. This is Starfleet Control. You're clear to go hyperspace. Acknowledge.
We have situation go.
990, roger. You're looking good for translate.
1978, and of course, at that time, punk rock was exploding onto the scene, and had exploded, 76, 77, and I'd like to play some of that in a moment. But, excuse me. But first of all, I'd like to show how a little later on this tendency also permeated rap music. And here's the Roxanne, Real Roxanne debate played out in the early 80s, here collected on Electro 6, if any of you know this series, from probably 1981, 82. So here's UTFO introducing the debate. I'll just play a little bit. Their intro is really great. And then we'll move on to Roxanne's reply, and then the real Roxanne replying to that.
Yo, 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 D? Yeah, what's up, man? Think of that girl they call Roxanne. She's all stuck.
It's about the secretary, it's something to military. The force him to electric, get to wasn't voluntary. His daughter's name was Sherry, his son's a Tom and Jerry. Sherry had the flu, but it was only temporary. Back in January, or was it February? But every time I say this rhyme, it makes me kind of weary. It's only customary to give this commentary. Some say it's not, some say it's legendary.
Okay, now here's Roxanne's reply.
You thought you had a rope, you thought you was Cupid. But EMD, your rap was plain stupid. I know you're educated, but what will you learn? Not all girls want to be involved with bookworms. You gotta be strong, which you can't resist. So educated rapper, bust this.
I don't like your rap, cause your rap is dead. Educated rapper, no sense in your head. So when you met me, I paid you no mind. Dictionary breath, you're one of a kind. You said your name was Gary, didn't choose to call you Barry. Didn't care if your name was Mother Matter Harry. I choose to call you Sonny, because you have a tummy. My father's not a fairy, you're the one who walks with funny. Your nose is always runny, you look like Bugs Bunny. All your raps are old, ancient as a mummy. Your house is so slummy, your clothes are so bummy. But now that you're here rapping, all I want is your money. Educated rapper, you ain't nothing but a dummy. You try to be chubby or you...
So there wasn't any agreement even over who was Roxanne. So that was the real Roxanne. And now this is Roxanne Chantay with her version of the reply. I'll cue it up somehow. Here we go.
I don't even know, I just a cold rock a party and I do this show. I said I met these three guys and you know it's true. Let me tell you and explain them all to you. I met this dude with the name of a hat. I didn't even walk away, I didn't give him no rest. But then he got a little mad and he got a little tired. If he wasn't for me, you know he would be fired. He wears a Kango and that is cute. But he ain't got the money and he ain't got the loot. And every time that I see him, he's always a begging. And all the other girls that he's always trying to lay it. Every time that I see him, he says, rock. You see, compared to me this week, compared to mine. Every time that I know that I am saying something fresher. In any category, I'm considered the best. And every time that I say it, there ain't nothing less. And everybody knows I will win the contest. And after that,
Quite a voice, that one. But the classic of that genre in rap music has to be really Dougie Fresh's The Show. And here, of course, Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew in the early 80s was performing with Ricky D, who went on to have a solo career. But here they are singing together. This was a remarkable record that had a lot of success in the British charts.
Excuse me, Dougie Fresh.
Yes!
Have you ever seen
1-minute rhymes that don't come out right. They write.
They never write.
That's not polite. Am I lying?
No, you're quite right.
Well, tonight, on this very mic, you're about to hear.
We swear the best star rappers on the year.
So, cheerio,
yell,
scream,
bravo. Also, if you didn't know, this is called the show.
Hey, yo, Doug.
What?
Put your ballies on.
Yo, Rick, I was about to let I need a shoe home.
Why?
Because the shoes always hurt my comb.
6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, take it pressure on.
Let's move now to the punk era, and who better to start this off than John Cooper Clarke, one poet. And here's his record, I Married a Monster from Outer Space, which comes in this helpful triangular format. So it's quite hard to find the center of this. Usually his recordings are just him speaking, but this is rare in that it's got a kind of disco techno accompaniment.
I fell in love with an alien.
Oops, wrong speed.
I fell in love with an alien being whose skin was jelly, whose teeth were green, big bug eyes and a death ray glare, feet like water wings, purple hair. I was over the moon, I asked her back to my place, and then I married the monster from outer space. The days were numbered, the nights were spent in a rent-free furnished oxygen tent where a cyborg chef served up moonbeams, done super rapid on a laser beam. I needed nutrition to keep up the pace when I married the monster from outer space. We walked out, tentacle in hand, you could sense that the earthlings would not understand me go. Nudge, nudge when we got on the bus, saying it's extraterrestrial, not like us, and it's bad enough with another race. Muchul galakita kai, muchunanzo pusto galaida. In a cybernetic fit of rage, she pissed off to another age. She lives in 1999 with a new boyfriend, a blob of slime. Each time I see a translucent face, I remember the monster from outer space.
That's the great John Cooper Clarke, who's still around. And one interesting aspect of the punk scene was that those were punk bands from all sorts of other countries. And France, being close to Britain, had a strong following for punk. And some of the records I got at the time, I'm going to play one of these, Metal Urban, put out some really good records, History Connective and Paris Maquis, and I won't play those. And of course there's Plastic Bertrands, which is very famous, went pretty high up the British charts. Ça plane pour moi, which had a secret gay acclamation message there. Asphalt Jungle, those mean looking guys, named after the Fritz Lang film. Is Fritz Lang? No, the Goddard film. But I'm going to play Sharpshooter whatever street cred you get running through a supermarket, I can't imagine. But their song, Kel Cree's Baby, great title, has the, I'll just lead it up to the refrain, give you an idea what the French were up to at this period. So that's the French contribution to punk. Of course, there were a lot of British parodies of punk, many of which turned out to be really good punk records. One of those was the Snivelling Shits with the Terminal Stupid record, which I won't play you. The Valves was an Edinburgh band, Robot Love. Maybe it's worth hearing the intro to this. Let's see. They weren't a punk band at all, just decided to do this single, which was quite successful.
I'm in love with a robot girl. She stepped out of a big chrome dome.
Enough of that. The Valves with Robot Love. One of the better spoofs was this cover of Cliff Richard's The Young Ones by a band called The Secret. I think they were, like many bands in that time, just a one-off, one-time single. It's a great version. Still relevant today, given that Cliff has the #1 spot. Now, he has a band that was from my own college, so 1978, I think it is. They had a Top of the Pops hit with Flying Saucer Attack. This is the Rosillos. This was their second single. But it's the B-side that I want to play for you, which is My Baby Does Put Sculptures. And the great thing about this, for those of you studying art history, is that it's the only song I know that includes a reference to Collingwood. See if you can spot it.
Naughty boys
course, with their second single. But perhaps the best parody of punk was Alberto y los Trios Paranoias, who did this EP called Snuff Rock. Great cover. And one of these 4 tracks on this was called Kill. Hard to find because they've got the labels mixed up. That's this one. So the band that parodies above all is The Damned, and that intro, little intro she's really going out with him is something The Damned used on a single they put out called New Rose. But there were other punk records that were pretty weird, and you can't always tell how serious they were being, but here's Wayne County before he had a sex change to Jane County, doing a notorious single called Fuck Off. That's the cover. That's Jane County, second from the right, Wayne County. And memorable refrain, this one.
If you don't wanna fuck me, baby, baby, fuck off. If you don't wanna fuck me, baby, baby, fuck off. I ain't got time for yesterday's news. Don't shoot me up with your bullshit blues. If you don't wanna fuck me, baby, baby, fuck off. If you don't want a piece of the action, baby, take a walk.
Wayne County was from America, and was pretty high to the Pretender that persuaded him to come over to England to develop his career, which was very successful here. Now here's ATV, who one time Jules Holland played with, but here their single I want is called You Bastard. Can I find it? Yeah, I think it's this side. So there's a lot of music like that. Good, I think. Very good, I think. but strange lyrics, kind of direct and offensive. And here are the Great Mekons, their first single, called 32 Weeks, which is a political record criticising the employed.
To get a car 3 days, 4 hours. Get a job, get a car. It takes 1 week of your life to buy a mattress. 3 days, 4 hours. Get a job, get a car, get a bed. Takes 2 hours of your life to buy whiskey. 45 minutes. Get a job, get a car, get a bed, get drunk. Take 6 weeks of your life to buy a loaf. Go ashore for it. Get a job, get a car, get a bed, get drunk, and eat. Okay?
There's other good tracks on that single. I really like the false beginning of that. The punk bands could be so concerned about getting the right chords at that stage in, what was it, 77 I think, first Mekons. Of other drinking records, there's a band called Serious Drinking with a record Hangover. I won't play that. But I would like to play The Splodginess Abounds, 2 pints of beer and a packet of crisps. Of course, this fits into the blurred relation between novelty music and bad music. Let's see if we can do this. So, Splodginess Abounds with their single 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps. Sometimes Splodginess Abounds have been linked with Oi, the skinhead fascist bands that sprung up after punk. But I don't know, it's hard to see if this has anything to do with that.
Packet of crisps, please. 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. I'll have 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. I'll have some pickled onions and a little bit of cheese, please. Thank you. 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. And I've got all the right money and all that, please. Thank you. Boy, 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. Hey, 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. I've been here half hour and I'm getting very thirsty. 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. Over here. Oi, 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. What is serve me?
Splodginess Abounds. The other great spoof records from that period. There's Jilted John, whose single, well, first Going Steady, double A side really, Going Steady and Jilted John, complaining about his girlfriend Julie and Gordon, going off with Gordon. They or somebody made a reply, sort of spoof reply to that, which isn't so great, but I'll play you the original Jilted John record. He went on to become quite a famous, successful comedian, whose name I can't remember.
I've been going out with a girl, her name is Julie, but last night she said to me when we were watching telly, this is what she said. She said, listen John, I love you, but there's this bloke I fancy, I don't want to toot on you, so it's the end for you and me. Who's this bloke, I asked her. Gordon, she replied. Not that puff, I said dismayed. Yes, but he's no puff, she cried. He's more of a man than you'll ever be. Here we go, 2, 3, 4. I was so upset that I cried all the way to the chip shop. When I came out, there was Gordon standing at the bus stop. And guess who was with him? Yeah, Julie. And they were both laughing at me. Oh, she is cruel and heartless to pack me for Gordon. Just 'cause he's better looking than me. Just 'cause he's cool and trendy. But I know he's a moron. Gordon is a moron. Gordon is a moron. Gordon is a moron.
So, I think it's time to move on to the progressively weirder. There were 2 versions of the Stones' I Can't Get No Satisfaction. The straighter of the 2 was Devo's. Devo are really more of a performance group than a band, but they did have a number of very unusual singles. Here's their cover of the Stones single. Looking pretty weird here.
I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get me no satisfaction. And I try, and I try, and I try. I can't get no, I can't get no. When I'm riding in my car and a man comes on the radio, he's telling me more and more about some useless information supposed to fire my imagination. I can't get no, no. Hey, that's what I say.
The other version, which really annihilates the original, a few minutes left, so let's put on the Residents version of Satisfaction. Residents being, well, like Devo, an American band. Because all this later music is American, the last few records, and it is pretty strange. That's the cover. unlistenable to some, but music to my ears. That's The Residents, and still going, I think. This is one of the British singles I missed out. 49 Americans, this band is called, and they have this record 14 tracks. Yeah, that's the front cover. 14 tracks, each 58 seconds long. And there's a tribute to Julie Andrews amongst these. There's something on Newton's Laws, which we'll hear. Tracks called Architecture Stops, The Uncertainty Principle, Stupid Boy. But Newton's Laws is just a simple recitation of those laws.
Uniform motion in a straight line, unless impressed forces act on it. Not two. The change of momentum per unit time is proportional to the impressed force that takes place in the direction of the straight line along which the force acts. Law 3. Action and reaction are always equal and opposite. I said equal and opposite. Again equal and opposite. Once more equal and opposite. Again.
And now the last 4 records. Here's Layla and the Snakes. Leela and the Snakes. Singing, got 2 strange tracks on this, one about pyramids, pyramid power. The Rock and Roll Weirdos is the one I'll play you.
Everywhere we go, people stop and stare. But we're Leela and the Snakes, so we just don't care.
And now another band I know nothing about, called White Boy. Again, 3 remarkable tracks on this. But the one I'm going to play, the tracks are Sagittarius Bumper Sticker, Disco Elephant, and I Could Puke. And of course, it's got to be I Could Puke. There they are.
What's this stuff on your plate? Eat it all up. Looks like, smells like, tastes like puke. like you. Oh, I can kiss if you did. Oh, can you kid like me? I can feel all over me. Kid on my shirt, yeah, my face on the floor. Drink it up, you'll be begging for more, you know.
So that record was put out by Doodley Scott Records, extraordinary American label. I have some other things of theirs that are pretty weird as well. But this very strange record was put out by the band themselves, Baby Blue, who, I don't know where they come from, but interesting couple. And Rock and Roll Rebel on one side and Fantasy Man on the other. Fantasy Man is the one we're going to hear. This is really one of my favourite.
Oh, baby, you're a fantasy man. Try to love me any way that you can. You're the one I love to tease, and then I play so hard to please. You can take me for a ride. We ain't got nothing to hide. Oh, baby, you're my fantasy man. Try to love me any way that you can.
Madonna, Eat Your Heart Out. Whatever happened to them? Now, the last one, I don't know if it's the most unusual, but it's certainly pretty strange, is by Root Boy Slim. So I reckon this is where Fatboy Slim got his name from. And this is from the late 70s, 1979. Here's the cover, Dare to be Fat. Root Boy Slim is quite chubby, you can see him on the back there. And on the front in this demonic Elvis look-alike pose. And anyway, let's hear a bit about this. The other side's World War III, but Dare to be Fat is the choice. So I hope that's been worthwhile, and another time we'll have to have a look at some of the rest of the collection. The Americans are much keener on this phenomenon than the British. This is a tape I have from America called Fucked Up Records, which has some pretty amazing stuff on it. As I said today, we'll just be looking at vinyl. But you know, there's other stuff, like here's a band called Death Banana Ice Cube, great name. Here's the story of the day they ate Ronald Reagan, which is a very, very old record, but not much music on it. Here's Electric Manchaku playing Hey the Human Guitar, good title. There's Television Personalities with Part-Time Punks, pretty good. Avant-Gardener, one of my favourite band names, Gay Bikers on Acid. And if you ever wonder what happened to the Damned, well, Captain Sensible, one of the things he did was the Cricket EP with Deadsy from Dolly Mixtures. And that's pretty interesting too. But, well, that's for another time. All the best.